Tribu. Good morning. It's Wednesday again, and that means it's time for Straight Talk, where we dive into the issues that matter. I'm Chito, Lozada.
And I'm Montelibano. We are live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube, bringing you fresh perspectives on today's pressing topics.
So, Ted, we have a special guest today, a leader in the business community who's making waves in the digital finance space.
Yeah, that's right. Our guest is leading the change with an innovative app that makes managing money easier, allowing for smooth transactions, spending, efficient saving and spending, and even earning rewards alongside family and friends.
So, please welcome Ferrer, the president of Bayad. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, and so glad that you could find time to be with us and share share what's all about, what's Bayad and all.
Okay.
I used to know it's Bayad Center, but now you're telling us that it's just simply Bayad.
True.
Bayad.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Thank you, Chito, Ted, and magandang tanghali sa mga katribo. Happy to give some information about and knowledge about the business that I'm currently in.
So let's get right into it.
Sure.
How long have you been with Bayad?
Oh, I've been with Bayad for a little over 5 years. I
5
started
years.
with them in 2019. Yeah, but I've been with the group.
Which group?
The group of the MVP group.
MVP.
Chairman Panglinginan for almost 25 years. I started my career in Smart in 2000.
Okay, wow.
Smart.
Yeah, you were telling us don't be modest. You said something about your achievement in Smart.
Oh, okay. So, even before that, in the late 90s, I was with banks, but focused on payments. But my career really took off in 2000 when I joined Smart. And I was part of the core team that launched the very first mobile wallet.
Okay.
Not just in the Philippines, but in the world, called Smart Money. It
In
was
the
one-
world.
So it was worldwide. What do you mean in
It's
the
the
world?
real.
In other words,
we
we were the first to come up with mobile wallets
in the world.
in the world. It has
Really?
won several global recognized awards like the GSMA as the most innovative at the time. So even before GCash and even M-Pesa in Africa, there was Smart Money.
M-Pesa. That's also
M-Pesa
It's
is
also
a popular mobile wallet in Africa.
in Africa. Okay. Yeah. Well, how did that go about?
I'm sorry?
I mean, how did that go about? How did that come about? Rather?
Oh, okay. Well, we realized that there's really a need to create more financial services.
In
That is-
2000, huh?
in
When nobody was
2000,
talking about fintech. Or,
You have to remember that innovation during that time, the early 2000, was driven primarily by the telcos.
with the
So it
telcos,
was
yeah.
a good place to be working in. So much innovations were at the time in the
2000.
telco space.
But cell phones
smart
there
globe.
was so simple. Huh?
Yeah.
Just text and call.
Yes.
Basically.
Cellular
right.
phones.
Cellular phones.
Cellular
Most-
phones came out in 2000, ba?
No, earlier
think
pa.
earlier pa, diba?
Smart was incorporated as early as 1993, I believe.
1993.
So they had this, so
yeah. I used to have refrigerator phones. They were as big as that.
refrigerator.
they got their license.
Called
Yeah.
refrigerator phones.
There should be a lot of challenges then. No? Kasi
Of course.
It's a simple lang.
Remember, during the time, prepaid, the mechanism to top up, if you can recall, is through a physical call and text cards where you scratch the cards
Yeah,
and top up. Remember,
You buy the card
you
and
buy
then you
the cards,
scratch it.
and the amount of the cards was about 300 pesos at the time.
300 pesos, man. Or various
Yeah.
It
currency.
varies, but
the
on an
average,
average, it's about 300
yeah.
at the minimum 300. I created. I was tasked to spearhead the development of the first electronic way of topping up e-load. We call it a smart load. So that was my baby in
Smart
2003.
load, yeah.
Yes.
So what happens? You go to let's say sari-sari store.
Right.
Okay, and then you said, bibili ako ng 20 pesos, meron ka na, di ba?
Yes. So that was one of the things that I initiated, was to bring the denomination from 300 to 30 pesos.
Wow.
with
Why, before the minimum was 300 pesos?
Yes, yes. I took note that at the time, most Filipinos really had to save up to buy a physical call and text card of 300. And leveraging the sachet mentality, the sachet
yeah.
market, we brought it down to a level where it became more affordable. That actually broke the market, and we created a new layer, which is the sari-sari stores, as a means to distribute prepaid.
Whose idea was that to use the Sari store as, like a hub or something? Or you call it not even a hub, but I mean, as a place where you can go and then load up your phone.
No, that
Well, humility aside, yours truly.
that's
You,
your
you
idea.
also thought about that? Well, kudos. Fantastic. When digital inclusion wasn't talked about yet, when it was not, not in our vocabulary, in the general vocabulary, you were already doing that, so to speak, because you're getting even the ordinary people who would patronize our stores to get into the game. Or get
Right,
into
right,
the-
right. And more importantly, it really helped millions of
Yeah.
Right.
store
Fantastic,
owners to
yeah.
make a decent livelihood. The onset of digital payments, or sorry, the onset of electronic top-up really created a huge difference in terms of coverage and growth for both Smart, which started it, and even Globe eventually that followed through. But yeah, I mean, I've been with innovations for quite some time, and in 2013, when the regulator came in and now decided to come up with certain policies governing mobile wallet, we had to spin off Smart Money as a separate entity. We call it Smart Money In. And in 2015, it rebranded to PayMaya.
Pay my
So I was still part of
so
that.
PayMaya's origin is smart.
smart money.
Smart money. That's correct. That's correct. The reason for that was for the change in name was we wanted at the time to really be considered an agnostic mobile wallet, which means it doesn't matter if you're Smart or Globe or the time even Sun, because you can actually download and use mobile wallet regardless of your telco provider.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you got into
Yeah, and
Bayad.
yeah, well, I had a short stint in Union Bank.
Okay.
And I
What year was that?
That was in 2018. So I left the group in 2018 and moved to Union Bank to drive the digital
2018,
loans and payments.
So
but-
you're also part of
Yeah,
that.
but then I got an invitation by the time my chairman for Bayad, as well as the president of Meralco, Attorney Espinosa, to help him with Bayad Center. Just to share with you, Bayad is the pioneer and market leader when it comes to bills payment.
Okay.
But their
Through
business,
Bayad Center.
yes,
Okay.
and
Over the counter.
yes, their business model was anchored primarily on over the counter. So they are the leader in that space. And the chairman at the time was really saw that for us to be able to create growth and more importantly to be resilient, we have to go heavy on digital.
Yes. Okay.
And that's the very
the
reason-
wave was starting already.
Yes, in 20 before the pandemic, and a few insights about that. In 2019, just to share with you, our digital contribution volume was less than 10%.
In 2018.
In 2019.
In 2019.
2019.
Yeah, fast forward, we're about 68%.
So
is contributed.
2019 is 2025, 2024.
End of
5
2024.
years.
Yeah.
Only in 5 years, huh?
In 2024, we are already at 68%. So that's
How did that happen? How did you make that grow that much?
Well, one is that we have to act very quickly because we have to establish our digital presence. One is that we created digital channels, our own digital channels like Bayad Online and our Bayad app, which you can download. We've also secured the necessary licenses to operate a mobile wallet. So we now have 3 licenses under Bayad. We have a remittance license, we have a payment system to be able to operate a bills payment, and last but not the least, an EMI, electronic money issuer. So that's
the wallet
yes.
license.
But more importantly than that, we are also a B2B business. In other words, we support different fintechs, banks when it comes to their bills payment requirement. So for example, if you use if you use either a Maya or a GCash or even a BDO, if you take a look at their bills payment rail, particularly for key billers like Morocco, PLDT, that is powered by Bayad.
Okay.
We are the bills payment.
Those are your partners.
Those are our partners, and they get their bills payment requirement from us.
Okay. So you're still in the you're relevant in that sense.
Yes,
because
yes.
You are part of the.
We're part
you're
of the
vital
whole.
part of the ecosystem.
Yes, we're part of the ecosystem. That's correct.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yes. Because, well, of course, I'm familiar with Bayad Center. I used to pay Meralco, PLDT, writing my name, writing the account. Tedious, okay, but it served a purpose. I mean, it's a one-stop shop for your essential household bills.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one day, wala na, I mean, GCash caught up and everything, and so you're dependent on GCash. So I was wondering when they were saying, let's talk to Bayad. I was saying, they're still around. And how? You are very much around. But you
Yeah.
are now called Bayad. Why the change in name? Why did you
Right,
cut
right.
off the Bayad, the center, and why the Bayad?
Okay. Well, one is that the Bayad centers, the outlets continue to exist. There is
physical
still,
centers?
There is still a market that wants to physically go to a store to pay their bill because they have the need to have a physical proof of payment.
Okay.
I mean, the older generation
The
still
older
prefer
generation
that. So
especially,
it's
yes.
there. But at the same time, the reason why we had to rebrand ourselves to Bayad because we wanted to address the younger generation
Yes.
of players.
Okay.
So we're talking about the Gen Zs. And
Oh, my
the younger,
children, our children,
yeah,
our teenage children,
the Gen Zs, and even the younger
children even, yeah.
the younger market, the millennials. And I think for as early this year, it's the beta. I think generation beta. So the reason I'm saying
that's the new generation. Huh?
right.
Generation
There's
Beta.
Generation Alpha,
generation,
and there's
ano bang
generation
Meta?
Beta.
The Meta generation. You changed it to Facebook.
That's a
Facebook was changed to
Facebook
Meta.
name,
Anyway.
No, but
Okay.
I think the reason for us to be able to, is we want to make sure that we're more than just an outlet. We are embedded in the whole payment ecosystem. We go digital. We have our own channels, and more importantly, we support the requirements of the Filipino community when it comes to payments. And it's a good word to say, Bayad,
It's
because it's
generic,
payment. Yes.
Diba? So Bayad, I mean, right there.
Yes.
You know what this purpose is. Okay. But okay, where is Bayad Center still nationwide?
Yes. We have over 800 locations.
Wow.
But more importantly, we also have partners. We call them Bayad partners.
Okay, what
that
are
have
these Bayad
they have these Bayad partners are either digital as well as physicals. Perfect example, if you talk about retail chains like Robinsons, we power their bills payment rail. If you want to pay your Morocco 24/7 in convenience store, you can go to 7-Eleven. We also power a 7-Eleven when it comes to bills
7-Eleven.
payment. Yeah.
You also own in 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we power their Meralco and a few other billers.
Oh, great. So it's really convenience, no?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, wow, okay. You're saying
In
something,
many ways.
Mr. Ferrer. You're saying something.
Call me Lawrence.
Or Lawrence, okay. A little bit, You're such an icon in the, parang so. Anyway.
In the fintech field.
In the fintech field. I mean, and you were mentioning earlier when we were talking off camera, you're telling us about you have devised a system by which if I'm late, let's say we're late for late payments, for late payers of household bills like Meralco, for
Utilities.
instance, you're able to you devise a system by which you won't be cut off.
Oh,
Before you answer that, Lawrence, taking a commercial break.
And this break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger Bayad. And you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you.
May isang salita si Chappie Chilson. Pilipinong magaling, Ilocano mabait. Isang salita lang si siguradong gagawin.
Pag may sinabi ka, kailangan gawin mo. Pag mawalang credibility mo, wala kang maniniwala sa'yo. Pag sinabi ko, ginagawa ko. Basta panalo ang Pilipino. Pag kalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Gawa senador ko. Number 58, may isang salita si Chapit Simpson.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
May isang salita si Chapit Simpson. Pilipinong magaling, Ilocano mabait. Isang salita lang siguradong gagawin.
Pag may sinabi ka, kailangan gawin mo. Pag mawalang credibility mo, wala kang maniniwala sa'yo. Pag sinabi ko, ginagawa ko. Basta panalo ang Pilipino. Pag kalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Gawa senador ko. Number 58, may isang salita si Chapit Simpson.
Okay, we're back here in Straight Talk, and we're still here with Bayad President Lawrence Ferrer. Teddy, we're asking a
I was
question
asking just
about,
simple. I mean, I'm asking questions that consumers are concerned about. I mean, ordinary consumers. Like, if I'm my electricity, for instance, there are so many instances when when you're late in your payment, or you're out of Manila and then you come home and then you forget to pay your payment. So you said that Bayad has been able to do something to help people who have, by accident or not deliberately
May have
forgot to pay
Yeah.
forgot to pay their bills. No, you saying something about Morocco, for instance.
Yes.
How is that, sir?
Well, yes, Ted, and I'm happy to share with the audience is that there's so much improvement that we've done based on understanding customer pain points. And clearly, as you pointed out, remember back in the days when you simply forgot to pay your bill and you see
that happens a lot of time.
and your collector's in front of you and just says, we need to disconnect you. The only way is to actually go to physical stores to pay your
you
bill.
cannot pay the collector.
Yes, you cannot pay the collector, then they will simply cut and disconnect you. So that is something that we've addressed through the infra and the innovations that we have. We created real-time connectivity with our partner Morocco.
What does it mean?
That
Real-time
means
connectivity.
is that any transactions that you make through Bayad, Morocco online.
So you go to your Bayad app.
Yes,
Go to your phone, click your
pay.
Bayad app.
and
And
payment is made real time. It's posted to Morocco real time. You either go to Bayad, or you go to Bayad online, or we also have go through Morocco online. And when you make a payment, it is posted real time. In
Right
which
away.
case, right away, Morocco knows that you've paid. That information is with them, and the contractor or the collector in front
Collector.
can actually validate that payment is made. Hence, you don't need to be disconnected. That's how convenient and innovative the solutions that created quite recently.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. Can you imagine the inconvenience of, wala ka ng ilaw, punta ka pa dun sa and then you
Then
wait for that. You wait
have to
again,
wait
you
for-
queue up,
Right? Right.
Even days.
Yeah. And
So fantastic. Yeah.
thank you. So
So
these are the things that we've done for.
What other innovations have you
Okay.
lined up with
Yes.
Bayad?
So our business is anchored on bills payment.
Bills
And-
payment,
Bills
yes.
payment. And one of the things
You're
that
the pioneer.
Well, thank you. And one of the things that we made convenient and easy is the connectivity to our service solutions,
The connectivity to.
to connectivity to us, to our payment rails. And you see a lot of new fintech players or banks, rural banks wanting to be able to carry bills payment. We created API connection, a single API that they can consume so that they could avail of over 400 billers immediately
This is Bayad.
through Bayad, yes.
Wow,
So that
okay.
API. However, if you are, for example, a franchisee, you have a supermarket and won't want to also carry bills payment, franchisees, we also have what we call Bayad's front-end application. It's a portal. All you need to do is you have to have a internet, a computer, and you can easily access bills payment through our Bayad front-end portal, BFA. But for the smaller ones that don't have a laptop, like a sari-sari
What about your
store,
phone?
yeah, you can effectively do bills payment as another means of livelihood using just a mobile phone. We call it Bayad Ascenso. So,
Bayad Ascenso.
Bayad
Ascenso.
Ascenso.
Through your mobile phone.
Through your mobile phone, you download our Bayad Ascenso app, and each sari-sari store or entrepreneur can actually start doing bills payment.
Oh, galing,
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have a share? I mean,
course, of course.
How do they earn
Of course.
from that?
Every transactions that they make, we obviously collect a certain fee from our biller partners. We share that with our franchisees, with our partners.
Sari-sari store even.
Yes.
Galing. Okay.
So they can do Morocco, they can pay Morocco, even the local electric companies like Vico, Davao Light, and even water districts. We also carry
So
so
even
much.
outside of Metro Manila.
Yes.
So you can pay your local bills there.
Right.
Rural area.
And we also carry government payments, contribution like SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, all of those are made available through Bayad.
PhilHealth, okay.
Mga local government
We've also partnered with local governments.
services.
Yes. That's some of the things that
What about income tax payments?
yes, it's part of the we're still in the process of connectivity, but that's part of the roadmap. At the end of the day, our aspiration is that any form of payment, whether both private and on the public sector, can be made available using the Bayad rails.
Oh,
That should
that's
make
really
it-
convenient.
Yeah.
Because you don't need, you just pay your taxes through.
And it's good for the government.
Oh, yes.
Bilis.
Well,
Speed, efficiency, and security.
and security. Okay. Now we were talking about security earlier a while ago. We were talking about the concern of a lot of online use of mobile users, no, mobile online users. The fear of being scammed, of fraudsters out there, getting into the game and then getting your payments. You say making a payment and then they hijack. You say that they can actually hijack SMS and get into the trick you out of your payments or your money.
Well, yes, Ted. And the reality is that despite so much efforts by the industry, both the players as well as the regulator, you still encounter significant level of fraud. Because fraudsters, at the end of the day, they don't sleep. They constantly
They
try
also
innovate.
Our vigilance.
It's a cat and mouse. And where we try our best to both create solutions to protect our customers, like multi-factor authentication. In other words, we send you a PIN to authenticate all transactions, and even biometrics. At the end of the day, it's also a collaborative effort between the players as well as the customers, because the customers need to understand is that they can also be scammed if they give out their PIN or OTP.
Okay.
So we tell our customers that yes, we will protect you, but do not give your PIN to any entity. We banks, fintechs, and players, they say we do not ask for your PIN. It's highly secured. So we educate the market. If you see me per se, I get a lot of SMS on fraudsters.
On a daily basis.
Yeah, they use social engineering to tell you, just click on this link. We will never send a link for you to click to make a transaction.
Nothing.
Nothing. So,
Telcos won't do that.
yes.
Okay.
So we implore our public that yes, we try to be as vigilant as possible. We do not give out. We never ask you to click on any link or ask for your PIN. So please do not divulge those information or click on anything.
Sir, is it, Lawrence, is it the only way with which you can be frauded out of your money? By clicking on a link and then giving your, of course, when you give your personal information, your data, then that's really vulnerable.
There are a lot of attacks, but the tech that we currently employ protects from hack. So the only way most fraudsters try to do is to be able to pull information from the customers by allowing you to click on links that are bad.
Yeah.
They mask it to say it's actually your provider, when in fact it's not. So yes, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of investment. Just to share with you, Ted and Chito, that even for Bayad, we spend tens of millions of pesos on a yearly basis to
Just-
protect our customers.
How do you do it?
Just to keep
By-
up with
by-
the scammers.
By infrastructure,
Infra,
technology.
technology, we have to also get globally recognized security providers to check both our back end, our front end. More importantly is to ensure that we keep your money safe. At the end of the day, we hold the money, we make transactions safe and secure.
Lawrence, okay, but this is not bad. But let's say if you have money, let's say in a bank, Union Bank, whatever, it's just sitting there. Okay, online banking. It's just sitting there. You have money there. Without doing anything, can a hacker get your money there? Can they?
No?
So you have to have some participation, or so that they would ride on you and then
Try
get
to-
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see.
Anyway,
Because you were saying that we can, me, an online user, I can actually put money in Bayad, di ba?
Yes,
I can
yes.
put money there and then you say automatic withdrawal. Kasi, di ba, you can schedule that, Meralco,
Right,
15th,
right.
30th, or whatever, PLDT, or whatever.
Correct. Or-
Maynilad. So you can put money there. So when you put money there for automatic withdrawal, automatic payment to those billers, the money that you put there in Bayad will not be touched.
Of
If you
course.
don't use, if you don't
Of
do
course,
anything.
of course. It's highly secured. And that's a level of guarantee that we give our customers.
so that's
So
that's
if
a lot
we
of
put 50,000 there and if somebody, Lawrence will reimburse me.
It's not true that the usual story is that a customer will lose money without doing anything.
It's always the fear. It's always the fear. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the story.
Like for instance, I told you the story about that a long time ago before the chip was put embedded in my debit card. I remember it was an Eastern Telecom ATM that I used before going
Eastern
flying to Boracay. I remember that very well. It was an Eastern Telecom, may bangko ba sila or something? Basta
How can that be?
some
That's
not
a telco,
popular
yes.
bank. But it was an ATM, a machine in the in the airport. So I used that. I withdrew I think 2,000 pesos. That was the only expense that's the only thing I did. And then, as I said, all expenses paid to 3 days in Boracay. I didn't spend. When I came back to Manila, I was going to pay my computer. Somebody fixed my computer. I had to pay him. So I went to my ATM, BDO. Voila, I'm minus 50,000 pesos. So I said, how can that be possible? I didn't do anything except for that withdrawal. Yeah, the 2,000 pesos
Okay.
That
withdrawal,
happened?
Eastern Telecom.
well, when
And
was
why-
this? When was this?
But that was during the time also when it was not only BDO who had that problem. A lot of people that BPI accounts, my God, people were just being deducted money.
Okay.
That was before the
Matagal
chip.
na yun. Yeah,
chip,
that was before the chip. That
Yeah.
was before the chip.
You have to understand the tech at the time was magnetic strap at the back,
Magnetic stripe.
which
No,
But
easily
then,
could
I
be
was in-
cloned.
Yeah. That was the only time I used it.
Must have
So that effect.
gone
Yeah,
somewhere. Have
And then,
your
of course,
stripe clone.
BDO said, But yeah, okay. Just make a report and they showed me a summary of my expenses. So nakita ko dyan, wow, for sure I didn't do this, I didn't do this, I didn't
Yeah.
do that, ganyan.
It's-
But you were kind of, but they were aware. That means that I was not the only one making that complaint. Some scores of others.
Right, right. Again, it shows.
And
It
my
shows
money came back after 3 months. But can you imagine 3 months?
Yeah. Well, again, that particular tech at the time was really vulnerable. The Max Stripe, which they can easily
That must have been in
clone.
the 1990s, no?
Oh yeah, yeah.
1990s.
It
is
shows,
good.
but yeah, I know about that. I was in the card business the late 90s, and it really happens, and that's the very reason why the industry itself innovated and created the chip, which prevented that from ever happening again. So most people, if you use your transactions, if you do transactions using a physical card, rather than swipe it, they simply tap or dip.
Yeah.
So it uses the tech, the new tech, which is the chip, as well as NFC.
Yeah, okay.
NFC is through mobile phones.
No, the NFC it's embedded on in the card itself. When you tap it, it connects to the terminal. So that
I see.
currently is scam and fraud proof.
Okay, let's talk about Bayad. Where is Bayad now at this point in time? How profitable is the business and
Oh,
or how developed is it? I mean, from when it started.
okay. We're in a good spot. We're in a good place now. We've achieved a level of profitability where we are able to show our parent company some level of good returns. In fact, over the past 20 years, the company has been quite successful in a sense that it has been true to its vision of really providing financial services to the community that we are servicing, both the home and as well as our enterprise partners. And we want to continue our aspirations to be a leading force when it comes to bills payment. But more importantly, we also wanted to go in through other financial services that are relevant to our customers. We have the infra for bills payment, and we just understand that customers may have need of other financial services, like for example, insurance,
Yes.
or even putting money in, cash out for mobile wallets.
Yes.
So these solutions we embed in our platform. So when you go to a physical Bayad center, you can actually also do insurance, you can do remittance, you can do cash in, cash out. So this we feel is what our customers want. A more holistic, encompassing financial services that really addresses their day-to-day requirements.
Very competitive, no? So you have the best example is you have GCash. How does it differ, or how is it similar?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, GCash we consider it as a partner. Yes, we both offer wallets, but at the same time, if you take a look at the dynamics that is being practiced across the industry, it's all about collaboration. Just to share with you, Ted and Chito, is that in the Philippines, there's more than 300 fintech players.
More than 300.
300.
300 fintech, 335 to be exact. And of
Which
which
are some of the more well-known.
the likes of GCash, Maya, Grab,
Yes.
you
Bayad.
talk about Bayad,
The
you
whole
talk-
universe of ano.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact of a third of that are in
Online payment.
payments. But
Yes,
the good thing
okay.
about all of these is that the way we improve, the way we follow the mandate of our regulator, which is to provide financial inclusion, is only to be able to work together and collaborate.
True.
So, in other words, what we do is we provide our bills payment rail to GCash or even Maya. They take advantage of the innovations that we have. At the same time, we also use them for certain transactions. So, the space is so huge. The report from BSP indicates that 52.8% of all retail transactions are now through digital.
Yes.
So we
52%.
almost 53%. That means is that we've achieved that level of penetration. But still, there's half that, that is still out in the market. And our vision is that every Filipino has access to these type of innovations, this type of digital innovations, payment innovations.
So, Lawrence will be going there.
Oh,
The 48% still that needed the services. We're going on a commercial break and we'll be right back.
And this break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger Bayad. And you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you. Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister, today the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as Utol, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing, with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion, as if it was rendered by your own sibling.
Utol ka ba? Dito ka na. Utol ka, iingatan kita.
Now, who would you prefer to drive you home?
Utol ako, mangangalaga sa'yo.
Utol, the ride-hailing app to consider.
So, we're back here in Straight Talk. While we were talking about the ultimate in financial inclusion, which is lending through the digital applications. So, what way forward is Bayad doing right now
Oh,
regarding that?
Well, as I pointed out, aside from payments, the emerging financial product is focused on credit or
Credit.
lending. And you see a lot of awareness being thrown this way. For one is that the market is still highly open in this case. Remember, lending is used to be the domain of legacy banks, the big, big boys, but it doesn't really address the middle or even the low end segment,
Unbanked.
and the
So
unbanked,
big,
right? Which don't
so
have
to
any
speak.
credit history to begin with. You have to understand exactly, banks provide loans because I know you and I know that you can pay me, right? So if you don't have any credit history, how can I extend loans to you?
Yes.
So what the industry, the digital lending and the industry per se, is that we take a look at your transactional behavior. Now that you have a relationship with me, I know that you do bills payment. I know that you buy telco load. I know that you do money transfers. Those information, those are data points, alternative data points that I can use to score you and to provide you a loan.
Appropriate.
Who
Yes.
provides that data or information?
Is it in your phone?
It is based on your transaction that you do on your phone.
On your phone. And who
Yes.
collects
But I want to
those,
try that later.
Well, who collects is actually your own wallet provider. So, for example, if you talk about GCash, they know your transactions because you use your transactions using GCash, and hence that information, they created what you call a score. They score you, and that that score will now be used in terms of providing loans. So there are so many players now coming in. The well-known players like Home Credit that use that, and a few others like Bill East. They're there.
Like ibig.
Yeah, as well. And obviously the banks have also gone. The big banks have also gone into this space. They created, digital banks. At the moment, there's about 6 digital banks that are now gearing towards providing.
Union Bank as well.
Union Bank has one.
they're
Maya.
leading,
Yeah, I know
They're
for a fact
leading.
in Maya that they created the bank. They shifted from just a wallet to being a bank.
Somebody was telling me good things about my bank.
Yeah.
So wow, it's really so convenient already, I mean, but I want to try that. I want to borrow money. Let's see if it works.
Yeah.
Would Bayad go into that lending?
What we want to do is we want to be a channel. We want to be a channel. We have our customers. As I said, our primary product line happens to be bills payment. But at the same time, we understand that our customers may need credit. So what we want to do is to be able to partner. As I said, the intention is really a collaborative model where rather than building our own, we simply partner with a digital bank to extend loans to our customer base.
In terms of paying bills.
Yes, in terms of paying
When you're
bills.
short in,
Yes.
in your income, then you can borrow.
Right. And I have data showing that, Morocco is, I guess, the biggest biller, but they still have a number of customers that are disconnected every month. Every month they get disconnected for one reason or another. Maybe they forget, or sometimes they may not have enough money to pay for their.
Well, because Meralco bills are getting higher and higher. Really, fantastic. I mean, I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, in this case, when we did some customer insighting, there are a period where the customer needs bridge financing. It's from the time when they have to wait until their next payday.
Yeah.
So just a little credit line will be more than enough to sustain them for the next salary. So yeah,
When is this happening?
we are in the talks with a lot of banks, and there's so much interest going this way. At the same time, so we expect something up and running by. We're doing a few pilots currently, but we expect a full-blown version by middle of this year.
This year.
Yeah. So
That will be great.
yeah.
A lot of those small poor people may benefit from that.
Yeah. Well, what do? Well, how does that work? They borrow money from
Yeah,
through
sure.
the
Of
phone.
course.
Yeah. I mean, they from your app itself.
How would it? Yeah. Let's say, do you want to pay Meralco or?
Oh yeah, from your app.
Is it Meralco only or PLDT?
No, any. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day,
Maynilad.
you can.
Maynilad.
You get money in your wallet to pay for your bills, and you have providers that are available in the app itself. So when you look at your app, you will see different providers, and from there you can choose who your provider is.
Yes.
So what we want to do is for us, it's more of a marketplace approach where we have more than just a single provider for lending, and we allow our customers to be able to choose who they want to borrow money from. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we provide a solution that is compelling, safe for our own customer base. And that means is that we get good partners to do that.
Okay. So that you're going to launch it by mid-year.
Middle of
So we're
this
doing
year.
a pilot now, so we'll launch it by middle of the year.
Is there any way to guarantee that, what happens if people don't, they borrow money to that process and then they don't pay?
Oh, okay. Well, there's always a risk. There's always a risk of non-payment. And that's the beauty of what digital banks and even the banks do, is that they really have to assess the credit worthiness of each borrowers.
So you, in essence, you're only lending to people who have, who can afford to borrow. What about the people? Okay, that's the thing. Hindi ba, that's really the dilemma.
That's only the
Because
government.
that's why there's so many unbanked people, because the unbanked sector is quite sizable inside, because let's say farmers, they don't have any credit for their crops and to harvest and everything. So
You'll be surprised.
sell the
You'll be surprised that when we did some study with regards to rural unbanked segments, that their ability and their commitment to pay is quite high.
Really?
Because
Women,
Yeah.
you see the women.
yes, because it's important to them. There is a level of reputation that they protect.
Reputation is important.
So
So they can borrow. again.
especially in communities that are small, if they know that this doesn't pay, the
Yeah.
reputation is
But
tarnished.
do you lend to cooperatives or individual? To individuals.
Individuals
in
that would be
in the rural
yeah,
sector.
Yeah, yeah. So
Individuals, huh?
yeah.
Okay. No guarantee.
Again, this is to our partner. So unsecured loans,
These are unsecured loans.
because the amounts are really also
Not
marginal
so big,
and
no,
small
not
enough.
that high. So, Mr. Lawrence Ferrer, can we have your parting words?
Maybe what are your projections
What
for
are your
the year?
projections? Yeah.
Okay.
What do you hope to achieve? What are your objectives? And
Yes, yes. Just to share with you, I mean, I did tell you that the success rate of digital payments on retail transactions have surpassed 50%. But that means there's still half that needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Our aspiration as part of the whole industry is really to create that level of growth in scale. We want to provide our customers with relevant, inclusive financial services that would help elevate their lives. That's where we are. And we are looking for innovations in tech to really also safeguard them. And there's still a market out there. And we are eager and excited to be able to provide solutions, breakthrough solutions, whether it be in bills payment, whether it be in remittance, insurance, or even lending. As long as at the end of the day, we delight our customers.
okay.
Great. So, we're with you with that.
Thank you.
On that. So, Lawrence, thank you for sharing your valuable insights with us today. It's been enlightening to hear about how Bayad is transforming financial management for so many people.
Absolutely. Your vision for making money management accessible and rewarding is inspiring, and we are excited to see how Bayad will continue to innovate and empower users in the future.
So, a big thank you to you and to our viewers for tuning in to this episode of Straight Talk. We hope you gained some fresh perspectives today. Once again, I'm Chito Lozada.
And I'm Teddy Montelibano. Don't forget to follow us for more engaging discussions. Until next time, stay informed and engaged. And
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Joe Zaldariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumers. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katanungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.